Hello and welcome back to CS38 Racing. We are finishing off MotoGP24 career mode here, banging out Malaysia and the Valencia circuit all in one episode. Pretty interesting races here, a good way to round off the season before we start GP25 career mode back in the Moto3 class. Jump in and let's enjoy this one. We're going to jump straight into the sprint. You'll see where we qualified. Qualifying wasn't the strongest this time round. We did have a little bit of an issue, but I did think that we were going to be stronger than what we are in Malaysia, based off pre-season testing, and that it is one of my favorite tracks. We're getting a little bit bumpy and bargy here to get through the field. Looks like we're leaning on Binder's fairing there. So, we've got a little bit of bumping and barging with the KTM boys here. We're stuck in the KTM thing. Let's jump to the camera view here just for something a little bit different. We're coming through on the inside of Binder. We've made it move on Binder and Acosta. That's put us up to 7th place here, so that's pretty interesting. But we've run a little bit wide, so it's giving Acosta the opportunity to come back through, which he does so. And we've had a little bit of contact there. Acosta goes down. That's going to give the line on the inside to Binder. Binder has now overtaken us, but we're just edging ahead, going around the outside. Binder comes back through again. This is incredible racing here, but we're also letting Bezzecchi get some purchase on possibly making a cheeky move up the inside, but we managed to get on the inside of Binder. We almost lose the front there. Binder's back through. Bezzecchi is now looking at a move on Binder. Binder is back through again, but we go through for the undercut. What an incredible first lap here of the sprint race. Binder's through on the inside again. We're hung out wide as we get the inside line into the next corner. Binder is again lining up another move. This is only letting Bezzecchi get closer and closer here. We go again for another undercut. This time we weren't able to make it work. We slot in behind Binder. Bezzecchi ever eager to get through and make a move and make a couple of positions. We're on the inside of Binder into the final turn. We are sitting Binder up. That is a bit of an aggressive pass there, but we're trying to get ourselves through and make sure that we have a good race here. Let's jump back down to the normal view as we finish the lap, going on to lap 2, trying to cover Binder into turn 1. The rear has stepped out and we are down. We are down in this sprint race. Let's see if we can get back up on our feet here, get ourselves in a good position. We've come into 16th. We've just completely barged Miguel Oliveira there. That wasn't too good, but hey, we need to get back into the points at least in this sprint race. You can see that Digia is ahead of us here. So now we've got to try and stay nice and smooth, ensure that we keep ourselves in a very good position for the rest of the race. We do have some good pace. We showed that we're able to be well and truly up in the top 10 as we make our way through on Digi Antonio. A bit of a snap under braking as we look to make a move on Marini. We're really getting aggressive with our passes here, almost Marquez red mist level sort of passes here as we come up to the back of Alex Marquez, sitting in 13th. Starting to try and ease our way through the field as much as we can. Can see one of the KTM Red Bull factory bikes off in the distance, where we need to try and catch up to them. This isn't going to be easy considering we only have another 2 laps to go. We ran a bit deep there. Can we get a good run out of the final corner down into the main straight? 2:04, so it's not the fastest. Martin is already on a 1:58, so we're a long way off the top pace of Martin. Looking to make a move. We're able to... we tried to get underneath, but we've just got track limits warning there. So we have to back off. Let's see if we can make a move into turn 4. We get through. It's a bit of a barge pass. I'm not doing the best passing here that we could be doing. Oh, we've run that a little bit wide. It's going to be a track limits warning. Got to be careful because we do not want to get a long lap penalty here in the sprint race. Oh, that was going close to the curb. We ran a little bit deep. Oh, hit the curbs. That's going to get us all out of balance there. See if we can catch up to the back of Raul Fernandez. Oh, twitchy on the rear. We don't want to go down again. On the brakes into turn 1, trying to gain any ground that we can here. Oh, again, we're on the wrong side of the curb. That's another track limits warning. Neo Bastianini has crashed at the front. I don't think we're going to have anything to be able to capitalize off that if he has rejoined. Again, we're really just trying to get into as smooth a rhythm as possible, try and catch up to the Aprilias ahead of us and the Yamaha of Alex Rins. Wide. This time we're not getting any track limits warnings. We can't afford to do that, otherwise we will have a 3-second penalty added at the end of the race. I don't think we're going to catch Raul Fernandez here, so I think that's all she wrote, folks, for the sprint race. It could have been better, but we did have that cracking first lap battle with Brad Binder. Ooh, as we had a bit of a twitch into the final turn there. Let's see if we can make that any better in the full-length race, although it is supposed to be wet. Okay, so we end in 13th position. That puts us in 6th in the championship. We're still far enough ahead of Aleix Espargaro that we will hold our position there, and that puts us 5th in the team's championship, 3rd overall in the constructors. Let's jump down into the main race now. We go off. The hot lights held a little bit longer than I was expecting there. I was hoping that we were going to go sooner. You've got a not so great start, but we're able to pull up into the first corner, making a little bit of some bumping and barging here. That's going to be a penalty somewhere along the line, I would say. We did clatter into the side of Maverick Vinales, but we have got ourselves through. We've got KTMs on the inside again. We're going to take a wide line here, which is going to lose us a bit of time on Augusto Fernandez. We've got a warning for the previous incident. We're going hot again into turn 4 through on the inside of Bezzecchi there. Getting ourselves into relatively good position. Whoa, we've had a bit of a difference there. Different line, did lose us time. Did think that the race was going to be wet, but I've confused that. The race is bone dry. Oh, Bezecchi's had a crash on his own there. That gives us the ability to try and catch up to Alex Rins, who is the top placed Yamaha rider, Japanese rider at the moment. Japanese manufacturer, trying to say without my words getting all mumbled up. Oh, gone out wide. That allows Fernandez straight back through, as well as Acosta. And we've got our buddy from lap 1 in the sprint, Brad Binder, just behind us as well. Someone's gone down. It was one of the Ducatis, I believe it was Pecco Bagnaia. As we make a move on the inside of Acosta. Strong move there. Braking heavily into turn 4, a little bit wide than we would normally run, but not too bad. Okay, we're lining this move up. We're going to get a little bit of a smooch there on Augusto, which pushed him out of the way. Oh, the other factory Ducati has crashed it here on the corner that Pecco did lose the championship. Well, put himself in a position to lose the championship last year. So not a good day for the Ducatis. Both factory Ducatis out of the race. That puts us up into 5th now. And it looks like Rins is bolting here. He's got some very good pace. So it might just be a race between us and the KTMs. The lap of almost a flat 2 minute, but the fastest lap time is still a 58.6, so we're a long way off the front pace here. 6 seconds off the overall lead. Very wide. That's going to cost us some time, so we're really trying to push to catch up to Alex Rins. Thought we were going to go down there again. We've managed to keep about, or just close to a second now away from Augusto Fernandez. Rins is 2.2 seconds up the road. I think we just need to play this smart and take the points. Don't do anything stupid. Don't lose any more points, because we did lose a handful of points in the sprint race after that tremendous battle with Brad Binder. Okay, so not much has really happened. We've just maintained the position. Rins has definitely bolted well and truly off into the distance. We are now looking to defend against the late charging Pedro Acosta on that KTM. Pedro has got back through, so we've got to play this smart because we do not want to lose this position. Getting flashbacks of the battle with Binder here. We have run wide. Costa's got that P5, but now we've put ourselves right back into having to fight for that P5. Now we're trying to keep on the rear tyre of Pedro Acosta, keep applying the pressure, see if we can get back through. Oh, we were a little bit deep there, but we did manage to get enough time gained. We're back in the slipstream on the KTM now. Whoa, big step out of the rear. We've had to run wide. Unfortunately, Acosta did also run a little bit wide there, so we both outbraked ourselves. Great defensive riding here from Acosta. Managed to have an incredible run through that change of direction into turn 13. Into turn 14. With that ride height device, the bike is still wheeling. We're trying to short shift to accommodate for that. Acosta is just over 3/10 ahead coming into the last lap, so we need to ensure that we are on the back of Acosta all this lap. Let's see if we can make a move. On the brakes, we thought about making a move on the inside, but we've had to sit up. Acosta's run a little bit wide and we've got through. We've managed to get through. Can we defend into turn 2? We've run a little bit wide. That could give Acosta the opportunity to look. No, we've closed the door as we had the inside line into turn 3. So that was an absolutely gifted moment there to put ourselves in a position to defend against Acosta for P5. Now we just need to put ourselves into a good position, put through a perfect lap if we can. Which we're seeming to. It's 0.5 back to Acosta at this stage. .6 of a second, so we've put a pretty good margin so far on Acosta. Binder has also got through to behind Acosta. Looks like maybe we've broke the resolve of Pedro Acosta, which is pretty good. A good way to round out with one round to go, not accounting for Valencia, as we do generally go pretty bad at Valencia. Our record there is not good. It's not great at all. It's pretty bad. So we're looking to capitalize on any points we can get here, because I don't feel like we're going to get too many in the next round. Although we have done a cracker of a lap here on the last lap, putting ourselves into the 158s. I think maybe the 159s. No, we did do a 158.77, so we did show that we could have the pace if we did a little bit better. So that puts us 6th in the championship. Probably not going to be getting 5th off Maverick Vinales, but I think that's okay considering we are on the wayward Honda, and we did come 5th with the Aprilia last season, so we're pretty much where we were last season, even though that was on the PlayStation 5. This is on the PC. Honda is also in P3. Let's have a look at our rewards. A little bit of a penalty boat reputation hit, but we're still doing a-okay, putting ourselves on track for a new contract. Not that we're going to be able to do it because this will round out the GP24 game. It's probably going to make us verse Alicia Spargo. And that it has done. We are versing Alicia Spargo before we head down to the sprint in Valencia. Okay, let's jump straight down onto the track. It's not good. It's Valencia. Qualifying was absolute crap. There was not really a great anything that we really got from the qualifying session. As you can see, we're starting dead last on the grid. But hey, what a time to do a from the back of the grid challenge. Whoa, someone's gone down on the inside there. Not too sure who it is. We also have a long lap penalty to contend with due to, stewards in the game as well, which of course us to have to factor that back into the race. But we're doing okay here. We're already in the points, so that's a positive start. Oh, that was a massive twitch there, but we do manage to recover it. So the Honda was feeling quite strong in that mid part of the season where we were contending for wins like what we were able to do in Mugello so many episodes ago. But here it does not feel good. Oh, we've gone very deep. Yeah, it's just not feeling good here, and also I don't really like the track, so that probably has a little bit to do as well. Let's jump into this long lap penalty. See if we can get that to work. Okay, yes, I thought we might have got that to not work based on the fact that we were outside the white line, but it didn't seem to recognize it, so that's okay. But there's not a huge amount I think we can do from here, considering that our pace isn't that strong. Might be a bit of a dreary and boring end to the MotoGP career mode in MotoGP24. So I think we're pretty much safe in saying that we are holding 6th position in the championship. Not bad considering we jumped from Aprilia, probably a better bike than the Honda, and were able to come through the championship with the Honda, get a few wins, a few podiums, and put ourselves in a position to fight for the top 5 in the championship. I think that is a really good job for the Honda, and it's been a relatively enjoyable season. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this season. If you haven't seen all of the episodes in this season, this is the first time you're watching, you should go back and watch the other episodes, catch up. It's been quite a thrilling season, and if you haven't seen the previous episode, you could even go back and watch the previous season, which was on the PlayStation 5 with the Aprilia Trackhouse Racing as well, which was also a very interesting season too. And then of course, at the time of recording, we are also doing the recordings for career mode. Whoa, there's another who's taken a long lap penalty there, one of the Yamahas by the look of it. We'll also be bringing out MotoGP25 career mode soon as well, which I'm looking to update a few of the... Whoop, we've got track room this morning. A few of the sort of layouts and things that we do on the episodes to make it a little bit more engaging as we move through career mode as well. Might even do a MotoGP Academy series where we sort of do a 1x1 video of each track, which could be helpful for beginners of the game. Also, there'll probably be a top speed test and a full game review coming out as well. So we're back onto the tail end of the Hondas here and the tail end of the field. So we do have some pace at least. Let's see if we can get through on Augusto Fernandez. Oh, we're deep again, but we might just be able to pull this one up. which we do, and we do manage to get through on Fernandez. Or Twitch again. You can see Fabio Quartararo ahead of us. We're not fighting for points, but at this stage, anything's good. Oh, we had a big slide on the rear again, like what we had into turn 1 in Sepang. And now we are back to dead last. Dead last with 2 laps to go in the sprint. Not great, but it is Valencia, so probably our Valencia curse has come back a little bit. Certainly say here that the Valencia curse is well and truly active. Again, I thought we may have got rid of it with the results from Moto 2. And again, we're off the track and, well, you know, that's not that great. Let's just cross the line at this point and see what we can do in the full-length race, because I think our points are pretty much set. Dead last in Valencia in the sprint. It's not great. Bastianini was first, Martin second, and Aleix Espargaro third. So some solid points there for Aleix Espargaro. That puts Aleix Espargaro dangerously close to sixth position, as we ourselves are still teams fifth in the championship and third in the Constructors' Championship. Let's jump down onto the track for race day. It is the first lap of 9. It is wet and it is Valencia, so, you know, maybe we get a bit of a wet bonus because we have been relatively strong. Ooh, I thought we were going down there. Relatively strong in the wet this season, so we haven't had too bad in the wet, but it is all over the place here. Oh, there's a lot of traffic here. We had to sit right up. We're stuck behind Marini. Yeah, and we almost lost the front in that corner. You could see the handlebars were shaking all over the place. Just pinning these riders now and trying to skittle them, but not the greatest race strategy. But I'm not intending that we're going to be up in these sort of positions for very long. Oh, track limits warning. We're out way wide. I thought we were going to go down again, but we're just getting completely beaten up here by the fellow riders. Trying to make a pass. Oh, that didn't really work. Didn't really work, and we are in the points position, but we're not where we need to be. Well, this race has been quite a bit of a snooze fest. We do have a long lap penalty to contend with. Let's try and get that done. That has failed. Unfortunately, we will have to try and do the long lap penalty again, so it's not too great here. We've just been at the back of the field and we are not getting any good laps in here. This is just, this is not good at all. Overall, I think we've had a pretty good season with Honda, but this race has been absolutely horrible. Malaysia, we could have had more points, so it's not really working here. Oh, and we've lost the front. I think that's it. Let's call that a day. Retire from our first race and last race in MotoGP24. Valencia Spargo was 6th, so the most amount of points that he could have got with another podium doesn't seem to have eventuated. It's very close. He's sitting on 242. We sit on 249. So we do hold 6th position in the championship, which is good considering we were 5th in our first season in MotoGP. So that wraps up our GP24 career mode. So if you've enjoyed this one, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for MotoGP25 content that will be coming out. We're looking to do career mode, maybe some multiplayer videos. And let's see if we get enough traction and enough views. Maybe we can build a little bit of a community, see if we can create a racing league, if that is something that people would be interested in. Let's see if that's something that we can do. We have made it to Superstar in our second season in MotoGP. Well, technically it's the first season because of how we have done this season on PC. Let's look at the season concluded. We finished in 6th place. We had 1 race win, 6 podiums, 3 fastest laps, finishing in 6th. So if you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe, have fun. See you on the next one. Bye for now.